One of the most common and urgent questions circulating right now sounds simple on the surface, but carries massive implications for creators, retailers, and everyday buyers alike. Will the recent DJI ban affect the release of the Osmo Pocket 4 in the United States? Since the December 23, 2025 restrictions came into force, confusion has spread fast, fueled by half-explained headlines, social media speculation, and a general lack of clarity from regulators themselves. For many people, DJI and the United States now feel fundamentally incompatible, as if every new product from the company is automatically blocked from entering the market. The reality, however, is far more nuanced, and when you look closely at the timing, certifications, and legal structure of the ban, the outlook for the Osmo Pocket 4 is far more reassuring than most initially feared. The short answer is this: the DJI ban does not directly block the Osmo Pocket 4 from launching in the United States. In fact, based on currently available evidence, it appears increasingly likely that at least one official Osmo Pocket 4 model will reach American consumers sometime in 2026. The key factor that makes this possible is timing, specifically the fact that DJI successfully completed Federal Communications Commission certification for the Osmo Pocket 4 before the December 23 deadline. This detail matters more than almost anything else in the discussion, because FCC approval is the legal gateway that allows any wireless-enabled consumer device to be sold in the U.S. Without it, a product is effectively dead on arrival. With it, even under a restrictive regulatory environment, there is still a legal path forward. FCC certification is not a casual rubber stamp. It involves verifying that a device complies with U.S. wireless standards, operates within approved frequency ranges, and does not interfere with other communications infrastructure. The Osmo Pocket 4 passed this process in November 2025, weeks before the ban took effect, and was assigned an official FCC ID confirming its compliance. That approval did not vanish when the ban was enforced. Because it was granted beforehand, the Osmo Pocket 4 remains eligible for sale under existing certification rules. Adding to this, the device also received Canadian wireless certification, indicating full North American compatibility rather than a region-locked or workaround solution. Taken together, these approvals strongly suggest that DJI anticipated regulatory trouble and deliberately moved key products through certification pipelines before the door could close. To understand why this matters so much, it helps to look at why the ban exists in the first place. Under the 2025 National Defense Authorization Act, Chinese-manufactured devices with wireless communication capabilities were flagged as potential national security risks. The concern, at least on paper, was that such devices could theoretically transmit sensitive user data to foreign servers without the user's knowledge. DJI, as the world's largest drone and imaging device manufacturer, became a central target of this scrutiny, even though the company has repeatedly stated that user data is stored locally or on user-controlled servers. The law required a federal security audit to verify whether these devices actually posed a real risk. That audit, however, was never conducted. Despite multiple public requests from DJI asking for formal evaluation and technical scrutiny, no agency completed the required assessment before the deadline. As a result, when December 23 arrived without an audit, DJI was automatically placed on the blacklist by default, not because wrongdoing had been proven, but because the process had stalled. This distinction is important. The ban is procedural, not evidentiary, and that difference creates legal gray areas where certain products, especially those already certified, can still move forward. The Osmo Pocket 4 exists squarely within that gray zone. Unlike drones, which fall under additional aviation and defense-related scrutiny, the Pocket series is classified as a compact camera with wireless connectivity. It does not fly, does not map terrain, and does not interact with restricted airspace. Because it received FCC approval before the ban, it is not automatically blocked in the same way newer, uncertified DJI products now are. This is why, despite widespread panic online, there has been no official statement indicating that the Osmo Pocket 4's U.S. release has been canceled. That said, the launch timeline has clearly shifted. Early expectations pointed to a late January announcement, a window that has now passed without any official reveal. Industry sources that were previously chatty have gone noticeably quiet, suggesting that DJI may be recalibrating its strategy in response to regulatory uncertainty rather than dealing with technical delays. A February or mid-March 2026 announcement now appears far more likely, with U.S. availability following shortly afterward through major retailers such as Amazon and Best Buy. This delay feels less like a problem with the product itself and more like a company being cautious in a volatile regulatory environment. While attention has been focused on the Osmo Pocket 4, another DJI product has quietly generated enormous buzz: the DJI Avatar 360. According to leaked listings circulating within the drone and camera community, the Avatar 360 could start at around 2,988 yuan, which translates to roughly $426 for the standalone drone. If that pricing turns out to be accurate, it would make the Avatar 360 one of the most affordable entry points into high-quality 360-degree aerial videography ever offered by a major manufacturer. This is a significant shift, especially when you consider that most existing 360-degree drone solutions require expensive camera rigs, complex mounts, or DIY builds that are intimidating and unreliable for mainstream users. The leaked pricing tiers suggest a familiar DJI strategy. A bundle including the RC2 controller could land around $569, while higher-end packages, such as a Fly More combo or an ultimate kit with goggles and motion controllers, are listed at approximately $812. Even accounting for higher global pricing due to taxes, import duties, and shipping costs, a sub-$500 base model would put immense pressure on competitors like Insta360 and other niche manufacturers. It would also dramatically lower the barrier to entry for creators who have been curious about immersive aerial content, but unwilling to invest thousands of dollars just to experiment. On the specifications side, the leaks paint an equally intriguing picture. One version of the Avatar 360 is rumored to use a 1-inch image sensor capable of recording 6K HDR video at up to 60 frames per second. At this price point, that alone would be impressive. However, there is an internal debate within the community because earlier insider reports from late 2025 pointed to a more advanced dual 111-inch sensor system capable of shooting 8K spherical video. This discrepancy has fueled speculation that DJI may be planning two versions of the Avatar 360, a standard model aimed at enthusiasts and content creators, and a higher-end professional variant designed for VR filmmakers, commercial production houses, and enterprise users. Safety and flight intelligence appear to be a major focus as well. The Avatar 360 is expected to feature omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, which would be a first for the Avatar lineup. This is particularly important for 360-degree drones, where pilots often prioritize framing and motion paths over direct line-of-sight awareness. When you combine this with Rocksteady 4 stabilization and Horizon Steady, the promise is smooth, level footage even during aggressive FPV maneuvers. If DJI delivers on these capabilities, the Avatar 360 could significantly reshape the market for real estate tour, travel content, vlogging, and action sports, offering stitched 360-degree footage in a compact Cinehoop-style platform for under $1,000 in a full combo. What makes this even more interesting is what happened behind the scenes at the very end of 2025. While the internet was busy arguing over leaks and rumors, DJI quietly pushed 7 brand-new products through U.S. certification processes just before the regulatory crackdown took effect. These were not refreshes or incremental updates, but entirely new devices. The timing was not accidental. It was a strategic move that ensured certain products would retain a legal pathway into the U.S. market, even after restrictions tightened. For creators, this changes the buying landscape in ways that are still unfolding. The Avatar 360 is not Avatar 3, and it is important to make that distinction clear. This is not an evolution of an existing product line, but the creation of a new category altogether. DJI has built a true 360-degree flying camera from the ground up, rather than relying on external cameras or awkward mounts. Anyone who has worked with 360-degree drones understands the pain points: propellers ruining shots, poor flight time, nightmare stitching workflows, and footage that looks incredible in theory but frustrating in practice. The Avatar 360 appears designed to address all of that in one integrated system. According to advanced leaks, the camera module can physically rotate, allowing pilots to switch between full 360-degree capture and a forward-facing FPV mode with a single button press. No landing, no camera swaps, no rebooting, just flip and fly. Battery life is also rumored to increase significantly, with a 38.67 watt-hour battery offering roughly a 26% boost over the Avatar 2. That directly addresses one of the longest-standing complaints among FPV pilots. Add LiDAR-based obstacle sensing and Aku Sync 4 transmission with a theoretical range of up to 20 kilometers, and you have a drone that understands space and maintains signal integrity in ways that older FPV systems simply cannot. This is not a drone aimed at casual flyers. It is designed for real estate creators building VR tour, travel filmmakers chasing immersive one-take shots, action sports shooters experimenting with bullet time effects, and VR-first content producers who want freedom without hacks. International pricing is expected to land somewhere between $999 and $1,299, with a likely launch in the first quarter of 2026. U.S. availability remains complicated due to regulatory issues, but internationally, the product appears set to launch normally. Beyond drones, DJI's push into filmmaking tools continues with the RS5 gimbal. This is not a flashy consumer product, but a tool designed to solve real problems professionals face on set. The most noticeable upgrade is battery capacity, jumping to roughly 33 watt-hours compared to the RS4's 21 watt-hours. That represents about a 58% increase, translating to longer shooting days and fewer interruptions. There is also strong evidence that DJI is integrating LiDAR autofocus directly into the gimbal arm, enabling focus assistance even with manual or vintage lenses, without the need for external modules or improvised rigs. Carbon fiber construction is expected to reduce weight by around 20% while maintaining payload capacity, a change that working operators will feel immediately during long shoots. Pricing for the RS5 is expected to fall between $800 and $1,200 internationally, with a launch window in the first half of 2026. For users on an RS3 or older, the upgrade looks substantial. For RS4 owners, it may depend on whether battery life and integrated focus tools matter enough to justify the jump. The Osmo Mobile 8P rounds out DJI's push toward mobile-first creators. This is not a standard refresh, but a pro variant aimed at action-heavy shooting scenarios. Stronger motors capable of handling heavier phones, improved stabilization algorithms, and possibly LiDAR-based subject tracking point towards smoother, more confident performance during fast movement. Pricing is expected between $159 and $179, with an international launch likely in early spring 2026. Amid all this, confusion around DJI's microphone lineup has also grown. To be clear, there is no DJI Mic Mini 2 on the horizon. DJI already released the Mic Mini in 2025, and the DJI Mic 3 followed in September with improved audio quality and smaller transmitters. Waiting for a non-existent product only wastes time. The real drama, however, remains regulatory. On December 22, 2025, the FCC added all foreign-made drones and drone components to its covered list. This policy is active, not theoretical. A product can now be FCC certified and still blocked from sale without special exemptions from the Department of Defense or the Department of Homeland Security. Existing DJI gear remains legal and functional, and firmware updates will likely continue in the near term, But buying new DJI products in the US has become complicated. International creators are largely unaffected. Europe, Asia, Canada, and Australia are expected to see normal product launches throughout 2026. The best advice right now is simple. Don't panic buy, don't feed scalpers, and don't chase rumors. Focus on mastering the gear you already own. The landscape is shifting, but creativity does not stop because of regulation. If anything, 2026 is shaping up to be chaotic, competitive, and transformative. And for creators willing to adapt, that kind of uncertainty can be strangely exciting.